Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Fabrizio Romano here as always to keep you posted on the transfer market. Today guys, several things to say. We will go from managers to players, several stories. Let's jump into it together. And so guys, here we are again talking about managers because it's been a crazy 2026 for manager. It's a crazy February for managers as well. We started January with, you remember, Enzo Maresca leaving Chelsea, and then Ruben Amorim leaving Manchester United, and then we have Xabi Alonso leaving Real Madrid. And now in the last 48 hours, we had Roberto De Zerbi leaving Marseille, Thomas Frank sacked at Tottenham Hotspur, and today also Sean Dyche fired by Nottingham Forest. Let's go with some updates on managers. Because Sean Dyche out means new manager in at Nottingham Forest, and the clear favourite, the main candidate to become new manager is Vitor Pereira. Former Wolves former Wolves manager who did an excellent job last season is now ready for this opportunity. He already said yes. Let's see when, in terms of timing, Nottingham Forest and Wolves will unlock this appointment because he's still under contract at Wolves, and then he will become the new head coach of Nottingham Forest, Vitor Pereira. And so preparing the next steps for Nottingham Forest in this manager's madness, absolute madness. Why? Because Tottenham Hotspur job is also now available after Thomas Frank got fired in the last 48 hours. And what happens at Tottenham? Many questions about that. Guys, I can confirm two things on Tottenham job. The first one is about Roberto De Zerbi. Roberto De Zerbi is really appreciated by Tottenham. Roberto De Zerbi would love to return to Premier League football. I can confirm this, so he's open to return to Premier League. But Roberto De Zerbi is not kind of manager who is just jumping on an opportunity. He wants to understand very clear what kind of project there is, what kind of opportunities there are at any club interested in him. Roberto De Zerbi had plenty of opportunities in the last 2-3 years, and he always wanted to decide in a very clear way before making any decision. So now, what's about De Zerbi and Tottenham? The interest from Tottenham is confirmed. We have to say what's going to happen, because at the moment, from De Zerbi, obviously, he wants to understand what's the general situation about him, about his future. From now, it's February, to the summer, when many jobs could become available around Europe. So Roberto De Zerbi is going to try to understand what's the general situation around him before making any decision. The interest from Tottenham is confirmed, but at the moment, that's it. On Mauricio Pochettino, many questions on Pochettino and Spurs. Look, the situation of Pochettino is that, as of now, the American Federation, the US men national team, don't want Mauricio Pochettino, obviously, to go a few months before the World Cup and take another role, in this case, at a club in London, far away from the US, where the World Cup will take place. So, at the moment, it's complicated to get the green light from the US Federation. On next season, we have to see. If Tottenham decide to go for an interim manager now and then wait for the summer, these names, Pochettino, De Zerbi, in the case of Pochettino, after the World Cup, could be absolutely interesting. But again, also in the case of De Zerbi, it depends on what the Italian manager decides to do, on what kind of project is presented to him before making any decision. One more important update, guys, on managers is on Thomas Tuchel. Because Thomas Tuchel today signed a new deal with the English Federation, with the FA, staying as England coach until summer 2028. It's a huge news for Tuchel, who did an excellent job with England, basically winning all games. Of course, now there is the World Cup, and now it's going to be the important moment, but so far he did a fantastic job. Very good connection. Tuchel players, Tuchel leaders of the dressing room, Tuchel Federation, and so the decision to extend the contract till 2028. From Manchester United, there was absolutely a genuine interest in Thomas Tuchel, really appreciated by people at Ineos and in Manchester United management. But I always told you, full focus on the World Cup for Thomas Tuchel. Tuchel was never going to agree anything with Manchester United now or before the World Cup. No chance at all. And so, appreciation from a United, for sure. He's really highly rated at Manchester United, but nothing following up because of Tuchel being fully focused on the World Cup and now also with a new contract. So that's also a story interesting for Man United, waiting to see, obviously, what's gonna happen with Michael Carrick. And then a surprise move today, guys, because we have, here we go. And it's about Raheem Sterling. Raheem Sterling, who left Chelsea on a mutual agreement in the final days of the January transfer window, so to be available and pick any club at any moment. And that's exactly what happened, because Raheem Sterling left Chelsea, made himself available on the market. He received many proposals. More than 10 clubs approached his agents, clubs in Italy, clubs in England, clubs all over the European countries and not only. But Raheem Sterling decides to go to Feyenoord. It's a done deal. It's a here we go, agreed until the end of this season, until June 2026, so a short-term contract for Raheem Sterling. Everything agreed with his agents. Raheem Sterling is flying to Rotterdam tomorrow, on Friday, for medical test and official signing, but pre-contract has already been signed. Raheem Sterling joins immediately, so ready to make an impact immediately for Feyenoord. The Dutch club would love to keep Raheem Sterling even beyond the next 6 months. Sterling said, let's do the contract for the next 6 months and then we see together what we want to do in the summer. So there could be a possibility, we're going to see. But for sure, a really important signing for Feyenoord, Raheem Sterling joining the Dutch club. And then, guys, I wanted to touch on Hilal, because another important story of the day is coming from Saudi. Former Liverpool striker Darwin Nunez, who joined Hilal in the summer transfer window 2025, is out of the Hilal squad for the Saudi Pro League season. So what does it mean? From now to the end of the season, Darwin Nunez will not be able to play for Al Hilal anymore in Saudi Pro League. He can only play the Asian Champions League. Same for the other new signing, Pablo Mari. Why? Because with Karim Benzema joining the club and with the club registering also Marcos Leonardo, they have no space for Darwin Nunez. So Darwin Nunez is not available for Al Hilal anymore from now to the end of the season in Saudi Pro League. Obviously, it's a difficult situation, disappointing for the player. I think in the summer there could be movements around Darwin Nunez. That's my feeling. Keep an eye on Darwin Nunez in the summer, because Fenerbahce stories in this January transfer window were never true, from what I heard. It was never something close or something concrete. But in the summer could be different. So Al Hilal will now be able to use Darwin Nunez only in the Asian Champions League, not in Saudi Pro League. And so I think in the summer there could be movements around the striker. Let's see what he decides to do. In January he refused to leave. He was more than happy. So he refused any report, not because Al Hilal were trying to sell him at all, just because there were many reports. But Darwin Nunez decided to stay, now out of the squad. And also for Al Hilal, guys, today, Kalidou Koulibaly signs new deal at the club. Important update for Simone Inzaghi's side after Ruben Neves. Also, Kalidou Koulibaly puts pen to paper. And so, guys, let me hear your thoughts on all these stories, going from managers Tuchel, the Zerbi, Tottenham job, Nottingham Forest, Vitor Pereira, Sean Dyche and more, and then Darwin Nunez, Kalidou Koulibaly, Raheem Sterling. Your opinion, guys, here in comments. Like this video, turn on the notification bell, subscribe to the channel. See you soon. Ciao.